now we will enter into his space, right? Just immerse yourself in learning and let the message go deep. Please have a seat.
Hi there, Siddharth Rajshekar here. Super happy to be in this event. Satyam messaged me and he said that he needs me to send a message for all of you. And I'm so glad to be here. So before we even begin, I want all of you to give Satyam a huge round of applause for putting together such a fabulous event. Awesome. Thank you so much, and all of you, I want you all to give yourselves a big round of applause for being here in this room. Come on, I need to feel the energy in the room. Yes, all of you here, I come to replay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Honored to be here. Just want to say it's a blessing to be living in these times. I'm really proud of the way Satyam has mentored and nurtured this entire tribe where you are all restarting your lives, reclaiming your lives, restarting your careers after a break. And many of you here are actually rebuilding the next version of yourselves. So, Satyam, commendable job that you're doing. And I just thought I'll share a few words on how I would like to decode reclamation as a concept and a few thoughts on how you can all expand, impact, do more, be more, have more in your life as you move forward. Okay. So for those of you who do not know who I am, my name is Siddharth Rajshekar. I'm a college dropout. I'm a musician turned digital geek. I don't have a degree next to my name. Got into the digital industry back in 2011, and over the last 15 plus years, I've been in this space. And in the last 8 years, I've built a community of more than 50,000 experts. And I'm proud to say that Satyam is one of our top students who's done really well and been able to help our students generate more than 1,000 crores and a lot of women who have started or restarted their journey and become a coach, build communities and move forward. So my journey is nothing short of a miracle, a magic. Thanks to the mentors who came into my life, thanks to the masters who have supported me, and thanks to the divine grace of the Lord. None of this would be possible if not for, there are two parts to it. I want to start off with the first concept is if you want any kind of change in your life, maybe you're in a stage right now where everything is maybe confusion, there is unsurety, lack of security, and all of this when it's happening, there are two parts to it. There are two elements to making it work, which I could see in my own life and all of the students that I've mentored. The number one is effort. Effort is putting the action, building the skills day in, day out. Again, and there's nothing can replace hard work, smart work, whatever you want to call it. You've got to put in the effort to make it happen. Effort to learn, effort to build skills, effort to be valuable. But the second part is also equally important, which is grace. Grace of the divine, grace of the masters. Now, again, whichever religion path process that you follow, only when there's an alignment to a purpose, an alignment to something which is higher than you, you're going to get those opportunities. And let me give you an example of this. Let's say there's a child, and many of you may be mothers and you have children. And does a child really worry about their food? Does a child really worry about, them getting dressed properly? When a child is born, the child knows that the parents, the mother and the father are going to take care of the child. Especially if it's a newborn baby, the mother just knows that the child is crying for milk or the child is crying to get sleep. In fact, there are different cries that the mother will be able to identify based on how the child cries. Okay, so the analogy is that just as how a child is so dependent on the parents, and the parents are able to provide for the child without the child asking in some cases, and the child is so free, is living so freely. Let's say if it's a toddler or in the year 5-6 years old, the child is living so freely and so expressive, so creative. The child is already a genius, and the parents are just taking care, giving its food, getting the child dressed, getting the child to school and everything. The child is not worried about its needs. The child is not worried about their needs. Now, similarly, if we are able to be that childlike, if we have that childlike mindset, knowing well that our creator, the universe, the supreme personality, or whatever path that you follow, is they've got your back. And if you're able to surrender to the process and be more childlike, that is when the grace will flow. And how do you start with this? If you want to reclaim your life, first you need to understand that the actual power is somewhere else. The powerhouse is somewhere else. We just need to connect to the power line, to the power source. Okay. Now, how do you connect to the power source? This is what I recommend even for all of my students is in whichever family that you're born in, whichever culture that you're born in, just go back and understand the roots of your culture. For example, I'm born in a Tambram family. Okay, and I got to know that my great grandfathers, they used to go and they used to visit Vaidiswaran Koil, which is in South India. That is my Kula Devata. Okay, and of course, even for me, when I was born, my parents took me there. When my dad was young, he was taken over there. When my grandfather was young, he was taken over there. So there's always a kind of a source where the lineage is getting the blessing from. And my recommendation to all of you here who are actually wanting to make the change, to go back and connect with those roots. Or even every month, if you can just give gratitude and some kind of a prayer to your cultural roots, you know what, that itself is going to open up and remove a lot of resistances. Because if you have been born into a particular family, if you've been born in a particular space, if your soul has been chosen to be born here, then it is purely because of the blessing of a guardian. And that guardian could be something that you got to discover. Maybe go back to your elders in your family and ask, who is our guardian, if you do not know. And once you know who's the guardian, going there and actually giving a blessing, physically visiting that place, is going to be the first step for you beginning of the journey of reclamation or reclaiming your power. Because this guardian who's allowed you to be born, or the soul to be born in this lineage, is always there to serve you, to protect you. It is their responsibility to take you forward. So just like how a parent is taking care of the child. So when you are able to go and reconnect, that is when the magic actually begins. In fact, I just want to tell you another thing. I was struggling for many years. You know, we didn't not have money to buy food for our family, and not have money to buy milk for my 5-month-old child. When my child was 5-6 months old, it was really a tough financial situation. And it was a very rough phase for many years. Things are not moving forward. And then from 2016, 17, 18, things started to change because I consciously started to reconnect with our Kula Devata. Okay? And I'll tell you, and now every single month, we do a gratitude, some kind of a contribution to our Kula Devata, which actually opens up so many things, opportunities, resources, and being in that mood of, I'm just a channel, please allow me to do, please use me in the way that you want. You know, it's a very different kind of a consciousness, because many people who want to do big things, who want to make it big, they feel that they are the ones who are doing it. They feel that they are the ones that have the power to do it. Yes, it's true, we all have a minute power, but effort is important, but grace is also important. So when you have effort plus grace, that is where your true reclamation journey begins. And I'm sure many of you, mothers, women here in this room, you've been through your own journey of reclamation. Okay, I'm sure you felt stuck for a very long period of time, and that is why you wanted to come back and do something, be something, and have more in your life. Okay, and I want to leave you with another thought. This is a quote that I heard from Jim Rohn many years back. Jim Rohn is the mentor of Tony Robbins. Okay, so he says that to have more than you got, you have to become more than you are. Okay, in other words, I'll repeat that. To have more than you got, you have to become more than you are. You can't be the same person and expect a different life. And that's why you're here in this room. You're here in this room to really improve yourself. Okay, if your vessel is this size, you've got to increase the capacity of your vessel, increase the capacity of your container, so that you'll be able to do more and have more in your life. So you can't be the same person and expect different results in your life, a better life. So expanding of the vessel is expanding of your awareness, expanding of your skill sets, expanding of your contribution to this world, creating more value, because ultimately generating an income is all to do with the value exchange, right? If people don't see value in you, they will not pay you the money. There has to be a fair value exchange. And in order for you to increase your value in yourself, you have to increase the capacity of your vessel. And that begins with education, self-education, learning, having a strong mindset, having clear goals. And all of this is the personal development side. So when you have personal development combined with technical development, whatever skill development that you're doing, that is what is going to help you make progress. And I guess that's what Satyam is guiding you through on your journey, helping you upskill yourself to be able to be more relevant in the current age that we're in, and to be able to get into the workforce or even build something of your own. So to have more than you got, you have to become more than you are. Another quote I want to share of Jim Rohn and expand on that. He says, "Success is not what you pursue. You don't pursue success. Success is what you attract by being an attractive person." Now here it's not about attractive in terms of looks. Here attractiveness is more in terms of the value that you create, where others see the value in you and they want to learn from you, or they want to be a part of they want to be in your presence, they want to be in your aura. So it's not something what you chase. It's not you go to success. No, it comes to you. Just think about it. Everyone in this world are chasing that something. The kid is chasing better marks in exams. The people in the corporate workforce are chasing that CEO position. The business owner is chasing those profits and a big expansion. But all of that is not to be chased. It is to be attracted. All the answers are already within. So when you reconnect with yourself and truly operate from that space of service and giving, ethics, morals, integrity, all of these add up, and that will make you eligible to receive whatever you want. So I just want to leave all of you with this thought that reclamation is a journey. All of you are going to go through this. Just like how a baby is in the stomach for 9 months and it actually grows and then it comes into this world. Similarly, many of you here who are starting on this journey, there is going to be a gestation period. Some of you may do it faster. Some of you may take a little bit more time. You may need to build a little bit more skills. But just want to say, stay on the path, stay in the journey, reclaim your power, and your life is going to completely change. Once again, thank you, Satyam, for allowing me to speak a few words. And I just want to say that you can do this. The world is moving really fast. Upskill yourself, be in the zone of learning, be in this community, and carry forward the learnings even beyond this event. And make sure that you're connected on a human-to-human level with fellow members from this community. Wish you all the best, and I hope to see you in one of our events in the future. All the best. Goodbye.
We have a standing ovation for the mentor of mentors, Siddharth Rajshekar.